Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Rogers from Web Pieces. So today we shall be looking at how to get a fixed sidebar onto our page. So if at all you would want the sidebar of your page to be fixed whenever the user scrolls. So in this example, I have a sample site that I was constructing. It will be an online market that will be selling cars. So I was trying to create this website, but then I bumped into this scenario whereby I wanted this sidebar to be fixed, but it was sort of giving me a very hard time because whenever I scroll, just like you can see, it was going along with all this other content on the page. So I later on made some research and I found a way for you to have anything fixed, whether it's your navbar, just like as you can see, the navbar is fixed. We can also have this sidebar that has our menus fixed, and whenever we scroll the page, it will stay, and this other content that has our cars will be the one to be scrolled, because that is what we want. We would want that if at all the user visits our page, we would want him to be only able to scroll the content on the page and then leave the sidebar the way it is, because the user might want to visit these other sections of your site, but then if at all they are scrolled and they can't see them, they can't visit them. So it would be very good for this sidebar to stick and this other content just scrolls. So that is what we're going to achieve in this video. Feel free to give it a like and subscribe so that you don't miss out on any videos of such kind that will be coming out. So guys, let's jump right in. So as you can see, I used some images from this website called Unsplash. So you can visit Unsplash and get free images that you can use on your site, that you can use in your designs, that you can use anywhere. These people have posted these images for you to use as you may like. So that's why I'm using them right here. So you can also create this sort of like a grid and add any items of your choice. Make sure that it sort of like scrolls. Or you could be in a scenario whereby you're constructing something and you've run into such a problem. So guys, don't worry about this sort of like grid. I know it really looks nice. I will come up with a video that shows you how to come up with such a grid that has these cards with this information. So that's not the main purpose of this video. The main purpose of this video is to make sure that this sidebar sticks on the left of the page, whereas this other content on the right scrolls along. So guys, we shall be using a CSS property called position, and we shall be using a CSS property value called fixed for that specific CSS property. So what position fixed does is it makes sure that this specific item that you've sort of like given this CSS property called position fixed, just as you can see right here, the item is sort of like brought out of the normal document flow and it remains within the window view. So position fixed makes sure that this item is fixed, and that even if you scroll through the items, this specific item that has that property will stick on the page and it won't go with the other items. So I got this image from Google, but as you can see, it's self-explanatory. In the beginning or before, we have these images sort of like aligned vertically. So we have image 1, image 2, image 3, and image 4. But for image 2, we shall be giving it these sort of like properties, position fixed, left of 100 pixels and top of 200 pixels. So once we give this item these properties, it will be brought out of the normal document flow, and then it will be fixed. So if at all you scroll the page, this item will be fixed on the page. So I wanted to first of all give you this sort of like brief explanation of how position fixed works in CSS. So guys, I'm going to be providing this sort of like a PDF in the description, so you can download it and then take it with you, so that you can go ahead and use it the way you want in your own revision. So for you to get more information about position fixed, you can visit this MDN sort of like link. I'll be also including this link in the description, so you can visit this MDN link and then get more information about the property called position in CSS. So this position property will sort of like give you the flexibility for you to position elements around your page in any way or in any fashion that you might want. So position fixed will really give you that flexibility. So you will visit this page and then read more about it. It has also got other practical examples. But for us in today's tutorial, we just want to make sure that this sidebar is fixed and we shall be done. So guys, let's jump into our VS Code and then see how we can go about this. So I have my index.html file right here. I'll be providing this project in the description. I'll give you a link to my GitHub page so that you can get this repository for free and then use it anyhow. So I have my index.html file right here and then my style CSS file right here. Guys, as you can see, my sidebar is right here. Where is it? It's right here. So this is my sidebar. I don't know how yours looks like, but it doesn't really matter how your sidebar looks like. It could be having lots and lots of content, but as long as the content doesn't go beyond the viewpoint or what the user is able to see without scrolling the page. So guys, as you can see, our items are just quite a few, but in our case, these items are scrolling along with these other items of the page. So what we would want to do is to get in our CSS file. So get back in your CSS file right here, and then look for the style or the class for your sidebar. In my example, I gave it a class name called sidebar so that I can get rid of the confusion that always comes up here and there. So guys, what we are going to do is to first of all add our property called position. Remember, I have taken you through this property. You can rewind the video and get to freshen up on what I've just told you. So as you can see, we shall be giving it a property value of fixed because we would want it to remain on the page as we are scrolling other content. So let's jump right back in our browser and refresh the page. So as you can see, our page has sort of like gotten distracted a bit, or most of the elements out of position, but that shouldn't scare you guys. This really happens a lot when you tamper with that normal document flow of these items. So our sidebar is now this side. As you can see, it's sort of like hidden by this card. So what we are going to first of all do is to make sure that we increase the ZIndex. Now I'm going to make another video to fully explain to you guys what the ZIndex does, but allow me for this video to just use Google to give you you know, sort of like a brief explanation of what a ZIndex does. So what the ZIndex does is it sort of like specifies the stack order of an element. So if I told you give an element a ZIndex that is really high, that makes sure that that element is on top of other elements that have got a lower ZIndex. So that's like a brief explanation of that. So you'll visit this page and then read more about it. So let's jump right back here in our VS Code. So we shall add ZIndex around 19 because the other elements that have a higher ZIndex, as you can see, the nav bar right here has a ZIndex of 20. So we wouldn't want this sidebar to go above our nav bar. So that's why we've given it a ZIndex of 19. So guys, jump back in my browser and then refresh the page. So as you can see, the sidebar is now on top of all these other elements. Now, as you can see, it's not scrolling with other elements, or it's not moving with other elements. It's now stuck in one place, which was our major goal. But as you can see, this sidebar has gotten out of position, or it has gotten out of the normal document flow, as I had shown you in this video, in this sort of like presentation right here. So the ZIndex has helped us with first of all making sure that this sidebar is on top of these other elements, but as you can see, it has gotten out of position and these other elements have taken up the space that it was supposed to take up. So what we can do in order to make sure that these other items in this other container of ours, the cars container. So this cars container is the one that has all these cars. So what we can do is to make sure that these cars are back in the same position where they were. So how we can go about that is to give this container that has all these cars a margin left that is equal to the width of a sidebar. So that means that these cars that will be pushed to the right of a sidebar and they'll get back to position, or they'll get back in their normal position. So let's hover over these cars. As you can see, the cars have now taken up all the space, including the one that the sidebar was taking up. So this shows that the sidebar has moved out of its normal sort of like position, and it has gotten out of the normal document flow. So in order to do that, we shall go back in our VS Code and in our style.css file, let's add a style to the cars CSS class. So we're going to add a margin left of 300 pixels. So when you jump back right in our browser and refresh, as you can see, our cars container has sort of like been pushed 300 pixels to the right. So after refreshing, you have seen that it has been pushed and that the sidebar is now fixed, and it's only this cars container that is being scrolled. So guys, as you can see, you might have bumped into this situation and you are stuck, but just because I've made this video for you to make sure that you first of all unblocked and that you have some knowledge about the CSS position property. Under that, specifically the fixed CSS property value under the position CSS property. So guys, that is it. I hope you've liked this video. Kindly give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss out on any videos coming out. And the only way to get reminded is to hit that bell icon so that you don't really miss out. So thanks guys, and see you in the next CSS tip.